Hi everybody, it's Bonka922. Haven't done a video in a while. Last video I did was Sunday. Least to say, I'm safe. Oh, safe. Sandy did not, Sandy, the Hurricane Sandy did not come and destroy my house. Or take away my electricity. Or take away my internet. However, what it did do is it fucked up the subway. Now, this is, and by the way, this is going to be the review for Pet Girl of Sakurasou, episode 4. Before I get into the review, what that means pretty much is that, but it seems like they'll have it fixed by next week, so I should be able to go to my good Manga Anime and get the Blu-rays that I need. Because this is one, so not really a big concern. The other thing before I get into this review, I did the carving of the pumpkin of Alucard. It was good. It did very difficult. Very difficult. It's not perfect. It's a little dicey. I'm looking at it now. It's a little dicey. I had a problem with the peeling. So now there's nothing you can do about that. Anyway, moving on. Pet Girl of Sakurasou. This episode, wow. It's good. It's good. It was interesting because, as we saw for last week's episode, you know, we have Mashiro. We have Mashiro. She's, you know, asking at the end of the episode, why are you asking, you know, Sorata, why are you leaving Sakurasou? And he says, we find out in the beginning of the episode why he said that he didn't want to be a bother to everybody, and it was something that he was going to do from the beginning. He was going to leave eventually. And the name of this episode, I believe, was the changing of colors. And what ends up happening is he's going around trying to find, you know, cat homes for these cats. And we have the next scene where he sees Sheena in a, you know, yukata. And he doesn't know, like, why are you wearing that and stuff? And Misaki, I think that other girl, the Misaki senpai, and Sheena calls Sorota an idiot because obviously he didn't know that they were having, you know, that thing in Japan where they have they tie on a bamboo branch, a wish. That was what they were doing, and then they're basically doing that, and there's a conversation that Mashiro has with Sorota saying how, you know, he was saying how, you know, how he can't, you know, saying that she's amazing and everything, and he's not. And what ends on happening is, after that scene, you know, it starts to rain and they go inside, and Mashiro gets a call from the girl, Aya, I think her name is, from her agent for the manga, and she informs her that her manga has been taken out of the competition, unfortunately. And everyone's shocked, and he starts talking, saying, oh, you'll do better next time, and all this stuff. And he's thinking to himself, why is he saying this? He doesn't understand. And then she gets up, and she leaves, and then he's really depressed at that point, Sorota. And he then just runs out of there. And then Misaki-senpai's trying to grab him, and Jin says, no, I'll go. And he starts talking to Jin, and they have this interesting conversation, which I think is it's not an occurring theme in the show, but it's there. This idea that Mashiro and Masaki, hopefully that's their name. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me make sure. Masaki. Both of them are worlds apart from Jin and Sorota. And they always are trying to bridge the gap, and they can't bridge the gap. And that's their problem. And then we have that scene. Him and Jin and Sorota talking about this. And we also find out in this episode that he only has 2 cats left. It's Sakurasou. So he's ready to leave. He really is. He's ready to leave. And after that situation, he wakes up the next morning, gives her breakfast. She's not up, obviously, Sheena, and he leaves. And while coming home from school with Aoyama, his other friend that's a girl, while he's walking home, this car, oh my god, this car comes out of nowhere. This green convertible kind of car comes out of nowhere. And puts him, this girl get in, and he takes him away. And it is so funny. I think that girl's Nanami or Aoyama. She's like, ooh. The other girl just took him away. And it's Mashiro's agent. And they go at a restaurant, and she's eating all these sweets and putting salt on these sweets, and she shows Sorota the manga that Mashiro wrote. Well, the funny thing about this manga is it's named differently, but it's the same thing. It's based on the same situation. But in the manga, Sorota acts like Mashiro, and Mashiro acts like Sorota. And in the end, the one who acts like Sorota leaves Sakurasou, the fictional version of Sakurasou in the manga. And it was a bad ending. And then he realized, and we have a scene also in this episode, in this part, where it's a flashback of her saying, oh, she's talking to Mashiro, the agent, and she's saying, is this really what you want? And she's like, what I want? So it's obviously she was doing the ending that he wanted. And then he realizes this, and he flips out. I tell you, right, this was insane. He runs out of the fucking restaurant with his heavy... He starts running like a madman. And then we have the age, she's there, and she's like, oh, youth and stuff. She's saying, oh, what it feels to be young again, and stuff. And he runs back to school and hands his career application to the sensei who's living in Sakurasou. Gives it to her, and it says that he's going to go in the media department. So he's going to go and try to be program video games. And then after that, he runs again. He's running his ass off to Sakurasou. Runs upstairs and starts on the front door just shouting to Sheena, saying that, oh, I was wrong, and everything, and saying how he wants to, he's gonna improve himself so he can be just like her, and so on and so forth. And Jin's there. He stops Saki from interrupting their little conversation. And then after that, the door opens, and he walks in and sees her that she's sleeping, and she wakes up, and he answers the phone, and then he tells her, oh, that you would need to change the ending of the manga, and that, oh, it seems like you already changed it. And apparently, after that, pretty much, he's going to stay. And what happens is she says to him, say my name. She wants him to say her first name, and he said he can't. And he eventually then says it. He says Mashiro. And then Jin and freaking Misaki are right there, and they're right in front of him, and it's like this tender moment, and he says out loudly, I'm going to stay. And it was such an emotional roller coaster. And you got Mashiro smiling and everything. I was like, fantastic. This definitely, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. Yes, I know it's probably a bad idea that I give this a 5 out of 5, but I really enjoyed this episode. This was really spectacular. How everything convolved on this moment, and it was such an intense moment. And Mashiro, she is that you need. If you had a girlfriend like Mashiro, I know it sounds weird, but a character like her, she's so innocent and so sweet and so, it's there. And for Sorota to abandon that, shame on him. And he found his way. In this episode, he found his way. He found what he was missing. And it wasn't that he needed to leave Sakurasou. It was just all the pressure. When he said in this episode, all the pressure that was converging on him to find a career and to get rid of the cats, all this stuff. That's what made him in this situation. But now he's found his way. He found a career to strive for. So it's very interesting. This is a very interesting anime, and I really am glad I'm too this. I'm really glad I'm reviewing this, because this is one of those shows. And a lot of people don't like slice of life. I know a lot of people don't like slice of life. I know it's hard to get into, but this one I think you guys should get into. Get into Pet Girl Sakurasou. It's a really good show. Episode 4, and already I'm hooked. Hooked. No questions asked. This is a great show. Get into this, because I like how Mashiro, her character is fantastic. Just fantastic. I just like her, the character of her, and the feeling she has for Sorota. It's really there, and it's really just fantastic. It's so funny that it finally took him to realize what was going on after he read her manga, the ending, to realize, duh, you know? But yeah. One quick note, not to get off too much topic here. The Bleach review will come tomorrow. The Bleach chapter was a what the fuck moment. Another what the fuck moment by Kubo. And I'll do that tomorrow. After this video, I'm probably going to do the One Piece review. Do that. And then after that, I don't know. I guess I'll go on Skype or something. I noticed that the Green Clan were doing a live stream. So, and tomorrow I should let everyone know. Live stream. Yes. Halloween themed live stream. For me. Probably have a mask, hollow mask on to commemorate Halloween. But yeah, and that's all I got for you guys. Great episode of Sakurasou. I can't praise this show anymore. If you guys like a show like this, get into it. This show is good. I know a lot of people don't like slice of life, but this one is good. I really am promoting this. I really want people to watch this show, because I like this character of Mashiro. The fact that she's an artist. Not only is she a painter, she freaking draws manga. She has all these great things, but she can't take care of herself. And in the meantime, we have Sorata, who can take care of himself, but now he's going to strive for his career as a game programmer. So, yeah. This is Bankai 922. You guys gotta get on this shit. Get on Sakurasou. I'll see you later. Shiro and Sarota for the motherfucking win. See you guys later.